Hey everyone, Secret Sinner here, hope you're all doing well. Another Epic 7 video for you all today. In today's video, I would like to review my Fairytale Tenebria. She is freshly built this weekend. I actually did pull her on her first banner last year, and I have not really used her that much, so the battles that you're going to see are the first time that I've used her in PvP, so I'm still learning as well. But before we get started, I'd just like to say, if any of you are enjoying my content, please leave me a like on the video. And to be kept up to date with all future content, please consider subscribing. If there's any content that you'd like to see from me in particular, please leave it in the comments and I will consider it. So anyway, let's go over her build and skills. Her S3 lures all enemy in with a tea party and attacks, dispelling one buff, making them unbuffable for 2 turns and inflicting redirected provoke for 1 turn. So her S3 is what really made her strong when she released last year. Firstly, it strips the buff. The hope was that it used to strip the immunity that you would be building on your units, but what was a big counter to her then and now, still today, is Fallen Cecilia, because if you didn't know, in all content except RTA, where this doesn't apply because this is random, buffs are removed from left to right. So you would build a unit on immunity and it would be there at the start of the battle. And then when Fallen Cecilia's passive procs, it would give everyone the shield buff. So when F10 used her S3, it would strip the shield instead of the immunity. She was the first unit to be released with redirected provoke, similar to normal provoke, but it forces the unit to attack the target with the highest max health, so not current health. Even if your hero is on 10% health remaining, it will still target the hero with the top max health. So let's move on to her S2. Activates Shuffle when an ally is attacked by an enemy inflicted with Provoke or Redirect Provoke. Shuffle can only be activated once per turn. Shuffle attacks all enemies and inflicts a random debuff for 1 turn. Successful attack inflicts additional damage when the target is inflicted with Provoke or Redirected Provoke. Additional damage increases proportional to the target's max health. So as you can see, her S2 has a lot of synergy with Redirected Provoke and regular Provoke, making her pair well with units who can also inflict these debuffs. To name a couple would be the recently released Pylus SC, if that's pronounced correctly, and the upcoming Conqueror Lilius. The random debuff is kind of a negative for her because it's all based on RNG what you actually get. It might be nice if maybe Smilegate perhaps considered increasing this to 2 buffs or maybe ignored ER or something like that. So let's move on to her S1. Attacks the enemy with a mystical power with a 30% chance each to inflict 2 poison effects for 1 turn. So her S2 is quite basic, just a poison with 45% chance of landing at max molar, which in my opinion is not worth the investment. She does grant the extra turn on the soul burn, but I don't really think it's worth it for 20 souls, to be fair, because it doesn't really do that much, and if the immunity is up on the enemy team, the poison can't even land. So let's move on to her build. In terms of her build and how I think she's best built, you want to be using her as a speedy debuffer, preferably as an opener. I tried to aim for as much speed and effectiveness as I could get, and then the remaining stats went into health and defense. For her artifact, I decided to use Abyssal Crown for the chance to stun, but you could also consider Last Tea Time, which has a chance to increase skill cooldowns, or the artifact Cursed Compass, which is a 3-star, which gives you a 1-time 50% effectiveness buff at the start of the battle, and then this would help increase the chance of her S3 stripping and landing all her debuffs. So now onto some gameplay.
This is fun! I have prepared a wonderfully cruel fairy tale for you.
I'll be your opponent.
Chaos!
You'll regret this!
You are not worthy of my courtesy. I don't have the time for stupid toys.
All that's left is ruin.
Can you hear the approaching ruin?
growing tired of this act. Is that all you're capable of? Then you're better off dead.
Insignificant.
And happy endings are so boring, don't you think?
I'll be your opponent.
Witness my power.
There are no tricks here!
Disappear, evil one. I won't run anymore. May the light free you from despair.
Will you join me for a tea party?
All that's left is ruin.
Shall we wrap this up?
I must be brave. I will break through.
Insignificant.
Will you join me for a tea party?
I'll be your opponent.
Welcome to Wonderland! Cry in this beautiful illusion until you drown in your own tears!
Insignificant.
Dark blade.
Don't put all your faith in me.
Fall!
And never get back on your feet!
I have prepared a wonderfully cruel fairy tale for you.
Weak creatures, be gone!
The children will help. May blessings be with you.
Stay focused.
You do not understand. You are unwelcome in my city. Watch out for flying cars!
I swear.
I have prepared a wonderfully cruel fairy tale for you. Watch out for flying cars!
Don't put all your faith in me.
Fall!
And never get back on your feet! Are you done struggling?
I won't waste my breath on those unwilling to listen. Know your place. Oh, you want to try me?
Melt away.
Fall into nightmare.
Did you see that? Cry in this beautiful illusion until you drown in your own tears. Follow the light of truth. There are no tricks here. Why not surrender? You didn't see this coming.
Must I keep fighting? You'll be so much more useful once you're dead.
I'll be your opponent.
I will destroy everything. Slowly.
Play with me. Oh, you want to try me? Don't be afraid. I'll end it now.
Leave it to me.
necessarily struggling.
So my closing thoughts on her. She is a limited unit, so regardless of whether you plan to build or use her, I think it's always good advice to try and pick up at least one copy of her. You can always purchase her artifact from the powder shop if you want it. She did have a really strong meta earlier this year paired with Cerise, but I think she really has fallen off quite a lot. Having only 115 base speed means she really is quite hard to build really fast and with enough effectiveness and bulk to live long enough. And obviously she still has a lot of counters in this meta. Because we're in such a heavy counter-attack meta and all of her skills are attack skills, she could fire off her S3 and be very easily countered and killed by a Violet or Rem before she ever gets to make use of her S3. Hopefully when Conqueror Lilius comes out, she's likely to pair quite well with her and she might bring some answers to the counter meta. But anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and I will catch you in the next video. Secret Sinner out.